Namaste. My name is Kirti, and on behalf of Himalayan Yoga Association, I welcome you all to this online teacher training course. I am a teacher here at Himalayan Yoga Association, and I will be taking you through the concepts and details of the human body and yoga altogether. Let's hope you enjoy this course. Let's start.
Namaste and welcome back to the online yoga teacher training course. My name is Kirti and I will be guiding you through the philosophy of yoga entirely as it is. I'll go and take you through all the different history, the summary, the introduction, the various limbs of yoga and everything you need to know in order to take forward your own personal journey. But before we do that, we are going to develop a practice of chanting the Gayatri Mantra before every class, every session. It would be a great idea for you to go ahead and memorize this mantra as well as many other mantras, because mantras are instruments for your own mind and they help you to take better control of your own mind as well as your body. Simply adopt a meditative posture. Whether you're sitting on the floor in cross-legged, that's the best thing. If you're sitting on a chair, that's not a problem as long as you keep your spine straight. Activate Chin Mudra by joining your index finger with your thumb. Flare the rest of the 3 fingers away. With your palms facing the ceiling, rest your hands onto your knees. Roll your shoulders to the back and close your eyes. Follow the breath as it moves in and out of your body. Simply allow this breath to change your mind, to change your body from within, and it will automatically reflect in the change in your environment. Slowly, while using the maximum capacity of your lungs, breathe in as much as you can without stressing your body and your lungs, and exhale. And observe the relaxing effect it leaves on your mind. Now, without opening your eyes, gently bring your hands in front of your chest. Namaskara Sthiti. Touch the heart center with the back of your thumbs with a lot of gratitude towards the Creator as well as the surroundings that you are in at the moment. We'll chant the Gayatri Mantra. If you know the mantra, you can chant it with me. Otherwise, you can always repeat it afterwards. Please take a deep inhalation. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Having absorbed the effect and the vibration of the mantra, let's generate some energy between our hands. Rub your palms without opening your eyes. After generating some energy, transfer that energy to your eyes by covering your palms. Now massage your face, the back of your neck, and anywhere else you wish to transfer this energy to. Before opening your eyes, once again fold your palms, bow down to your fingertips and the universal truth. With a few blinks, expose your eyes to direct light again. Welcome back. So, as the first session of philosophy, my question to you is, if you've ever wondered, what is yoga? Is it a philosophy? Is it a religion? Is it a form of exercise? Is it entertainment? Is it retirement? What is it? What is yoga? Everyone in the entire world is practicing yoga today. what is your understanding about yoga? Whether or not you have asked yourself this question until now, I request all of you to go ahead and question yourself what, according to you, is yoga. According to me, yoga is everything that I have been born in and that I have lived in so far. I am an Indian. Yoga is born in India. It was created thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. Nobody knows about the origin of yoga. Nobody knows about how old really yoga is. But being a certain age at the moment, being brought up in a yogic environment because of my family and the environment I've been surrounded in, I can say that despite of the ancient history, which is still unknown in today's time, I have still been born and brought up in a very yogic culture. And I will automatically, obviously, transfer this culture to my upcoming generation as well. Probably this is how yoga has remained throughout our lives before. It is there today and it will be there in the future as well. So, once again, what is yoga? Is it the commercial aspect of it? Is it about wearing tight yoga pants? Is it about sweating on yoga mats? Is it about going to exotic locations and doing random stretches, forming animal shapes through our bodies? Or what about people who are extremely old or who have some physical deformities in their bodies? What about people who are not able to do these fancy poses that we post on Instagram nowadays? Considering that they are not able to do any asanas, does it mean that they are not doing any yoga at all? Yoga, in literal sense, if we talk about yoga, which is a Sanskrit word, yog, Sanskrit was the ancient language of India, and India being the birthplace of yoga, I can vouch for everything that I say. नहीं, ये गलत बोल दिया मैं. फिर से करते हैं थोड़ा सा. And India being the birthplace of yoga, let me tell you that yoga in Sanskrit literally means union. But union of what? Union of the right hand with the left hand, or the union of the physical body with the yoga mat. Yoga literally means union of mind, body, soul, and everything that it's surrounded with. Here in India, everything we do is yoga. Whether it's the mantra that we chanted before we started this session, whether it's the sleep, the 6-hour sleep that we take before we wake up and salute the sun, whether it's the touching of our elders' feet in respect, that is also another form of yoga. One way or other, yoga is connected with everything that you are, everything that I am, everything that the animals are also a part of the entire yogic culture, the entire yogic philosophy. Whether or not they're doing yoga, whether or not they're aware of the fact that they're doing yoga, animals still are practicing yoga. If you have to ask me personally what I think about yoga, then I'll say that yoga is the missing link between human evolution. As per, if you follow Darwin's theory, then you will believe that human beings or any other organism which has 4 legs, more than 4 legs, less than 4 legs, has originated from a single cell, and thereon it evolved into a multicellular organism which came out of water, started living on soil, on earth as it is, and further evolved into size, structure, shape, the kind of food they eat. Human beings, they went one step ahead, and because of the mental capabilities of the human brain, they created language, they created clothing, they created shelter, they created protection, they created civilization. But after a certain point, human beings have stopped evolving. But what they are evolving is technology, which in my words, in my ideology, is killing humanity as well as yoga. If you have to, human beings have created everything which is non-yogic. They've created cars which makes it easy for human beings to travel from one place to another without really having to move many muscles. They created instruments through which they do not have to get out of their bed at all. Because of the corona situation, human beings were restricted to their rooms. But with the help of technology, they've created instruments through which they do not even have to go to their offices to get work done and still get paid. Humanity has created everything for its personal comfort, the cost of which is very prominent, very alive, and you just have to see what humanity is paying for this whole upgradation of technology that we are so proud of. Because of technology, we have lost touch with our inner selves. Because of technology, we have lost touch with our own siblings, our parents, our spouses, our own children. Everything we care about today is more or less social media, sports, desires, materialistic aspirations, making more of what you already have with a never-ending thirst. This is what humanity has developed into, and because of that, humanity is shrinking in size. If I go by my own tradition, if I go by my ancient philosophy, then it was believed that human beings, they used to be more than 7 feet tall. An average human being, thousands of years ago, much after the development of yoga, the creation of yoga, humanity was more than 7 feet tall for an average person. The average lifespan of a human being used to be more than 200 to 250 years. It is said that gods used to live for 1,000 years because they were enlightened at the same time. And what has humanity become in today's time? An average person is approximately 5 to 5.5 feet tall. The average lifespan of a human being when I was born about 30 years ago was approximately 90 to 100 years. In today's time, in the United States of America, the average lifespan of a human being is between 70 to 75 years. Imagine the lifespan which is decreasing and going down. And we are not just degrading humanity, we are destroying everything that we have, that Mother Nature has given to us. We are creating houses around us so that there are no trees. Animals, so many species of animals have gone extinct because of human greed. Just because we are not connected with the people, with the environment, with everything that we were born with. We are not connected. All of us, we are only thinking about ourselves. And that is why I think yoga is the missing link of evolution. If you have to go ahead and imagine what else can you develop, what else can you evolve into as a human being? Or you already have 2 legs to run on, you have 2 arms, you have a head, your spine is straight, your intellect is beyond imagination if you compare it to any other organism. You are on the top of the food chain. Most importantly, you have, as a human being, the power of choice. But is that enough to take humanity further? What have you done with all of this power, all of these choices, all of this intellect? Only and only chaos has been created around in this, at least in this century. As human beings are progressing, we are slowly taking Mother Earth. So much so, our greed is never ending that even though we never really got connected with Mother Earth, we have already started finding life on other planets. People are researching and trying to find life on Mars. At some point, Mars will also not be sufficient for human greed, and the entire solar system eventually will be conquered by humanity if it's lucky enough to survive. But this is where yoga comes into the picture. With the help of yoga, you will be able to connect with everything. Yoga in literal meanings means union. The Sanskrit meaning of the word yoga is union. Union of everything that you have everything that you are, and everything that you see. The mind, body, soul, the environment. And that is why I say that animals in today's time are still doing much more yoga than a human being is, despite of the low levels of intellect. With the help of yoga, we can take our physical bodies beyond what it's supposed to do. With the help of yoga, we can make the most of the very little that we have and take our lives further without destroying it. To be able to be connected with the environment, with Mother Nature, to be able to give it back of what 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times more than what we have already taken is yoga. To be able to live peacefully with your spouses, with your relatives, with your friends, with your people is yoga. To be able to remain content, to be able to remain sufficient despite of the limitations that we have is yoga. Humanity will automatically progress further if everything and everyone was doing yoga in today's time. For instance, it is believed that yoga has been proven to multiply the effect of smallest of things inside human body. In the ancient times, it is said that the sages, they used to meditate for months, years at a stretch without getting up or disturbing their meditation. If we sit down to meditate in today's time, we'll have to get up every 3 hours just because we're hungry, just because we are tired, just because we need to drink water. But with the help of yoga, the ancient sages, they were able to overpower all of these senses, the sense of hearing, the sense of touch, the sense of taste. They overpowered the ability to take rest, and they exceeded those limits just in order to remain meditative, to remain connected. Which also tells you that with the help of yoga, humanity is able to do a lot more than what it's capable of right now without doing yoga. Which also tells you that if everyone was doing yoga, we can also increase the lifespan of an average human being. We can decrease the consumption of an average human being. We can also exceed our own personal limits individually, just if we were doing yoga. And who knows, if everyone was doing yoga, maybe we'll be born with 2 extra arms. That is depicted in case of the Indian gods and deities. Maybe we'll be born with special gills in our necks so that we can even go ahead and explore the underwater without any troubles. Maybe 1,000 years down the line, if everyone was doing yoga and we all were able to exceed our limits, we would have been born with wings on our back so that we can open our wings and fly in the sky to explore universe like a bird. These, even though the human being is complete as it is, but it still lacks certain things through which it can explore and be one with the Mother Earth as it is. This, I believe, can only happen if everyone upgraded their own personal yogic practice. Not by upgrading technology to different versions, which is again a never-ending trap. Every day technology bears something that can be upgraded in it. There is always a fresher version, something better coming out when it comes to technology, but yoga has remained unchanged throughout their lives. Despite of 1,000 years of evolution of humanity itself, despite of life being eradicated, so many times Mother Earth comes back to life. Similarly, yoga has remained unchanged as it was. Yes, there are so many versions of yoga nowadays. There is bear yoga, there is goat yoga, there is hot yoga. All of these are the creations of human greed. That is not yoga, that is just exercise that is in trend right now. And trends, they only exist for a certain time. But yoga is universal. It has been perfected, it has been proven, and it has remained unchanged, and true yoga, real yoga, will remain unchanged in the future as well. I hope you found this whole thing informative. I hope you found the philosophy behind yoga. I hope I sparked something in you. What I'm trying to tell you is that yoga is not just religion, yoga is not just exercise, yoga is not just breathing pattern, yoga is not just stretching, yoga is not a cult, yoga is everything. It's around us. Just with the help of all of these techniques, we just need to create an awareness so that we can connect with yoga. And in return, yoga will help you connect with everything else. Before we go ahead and sign out of this today's video, I need you to go ahead and ask yourself once again, what do you think is yoga? And in the few coming videos, there wherein we'll be studying the various philosophies of yoga, I want you to see if your understanding of yoga is what you actually thought it was. That is all for today. I will see you again next time. Until then, thank you and namaste.